Hello YouTube and welcome to Iowa Speedway for race number 24 of the NRSL Hooters Series season number 4, and joining me as he has all season is Stephen Paul III.
Hello, Charles. I'd like to introduce the new graduate in the booth now at the time of the recording.
Yeah, by the time this goes out, about 2 weeks prior, 3 weeks prior, who knows. Either way, Daniel James in his final start in the 18 car for this season will start on pole alongside Chris Washer, who has struggled this season, 38th in points. Stephen Paul III and Zachary Fitzwater, our two wildcard drivers coming into this one, will make up row 2, with Max Anderson and Oriel Pollard row 3, Dylan Young and Sheila Shear in row 4, and row number 5 will be Zach Flickinger and Alexander Rowe in the 99. Here's the rest of the starting grid as I hand it over to Stephen.
Well, I definitely think it'll be an interesting race. Turn 4 is going to be a trouble spot washing up the course, so we might see a few wrecks. Or I could just be wrong like I always am. My prediction to who's going to win the race is probably Steven, and Steven's had a good few races in the 89 card. 6 or 7 races getting good top 10 going into that wild card spot. But we could also see Daniel James if the leader prevails. And the bottom line is going to help, so maybe we'll see Jess go up to the back to the lead. And our final row is William Brock and Alger Baranowskis, who was last in points behind the James.
And with not much to talk about points-wise, we're going to be right back with the command, or not with command, but with the green flag as Discord decided to be crazy right as we hit record.
Drivers, start your engines.
And just like that, we are back. The onboards that we will have today, starting with the points leader, and this will have to be really quick. Jessica Shelton will carry the Chevy onboard. Mary Shelley, the Geico onboard. Time Pollard, the AutoZone onboard. Hunter Braxton, the Dodge onboard. Dylan Young, the Toyota onboard. Sky Commons, the Ford onboard. Kev Shear, the 3M onboard. And Sam Young, the Hefty onboard camera here today.
Looking at more hefty.
As field comes through turn number 3, pace car is already off, and the Wreckfest 200 is green.
Well, let's leave it. Well, the skid marks living up to the name.
Yeah, those from practice. As will Daniel James even lead out at turn number 2 is going to be the question. Well, technically yes, he will.
Well, let's see what happens off turn 4. Like I mentioned, trouble spot during practice. Let's see what happens in the race.
Right now, battle. Ooh, Daniel James up in the wall, and we might be under yellow already. Yes, we are. Ace Rogers, PJ Williams involved, as well as Kev Shear, and there was another wreck on the front straightaway. Oh.
Well, there goes the 500 points.
As Henry Williams and Time Pollard were around as well. And Oriel Pollard with damage in the 52 car as well. I'm definitely going to regret not having done 103 for this.
It's going to be Dover.
As Baranowskis also a damage. Hunter Braxton's back here. Let's see if he was involved or not. As field gets it sorted out, William Brock with damage as well. And we'll be back to show you what happened to bring out the yellow for the first time tonight. And we're back. Here's the first one that happened as PJ Williams going to make contact with Jonathan Zorline and spins out the 9 car of Ace Rogers. And that would be what brings out the yellow. William Brock gets into PJ Williams. Nowhere for Kev Shear or Baranowski to go. Oh my.
PJ Williams did a barrel roll.
Some style points for that one.
Nice hit by Brock. And then up here, a lot of wrecks going on.
Yeah, up here, there's going to be the incident.
Oriel Pollard looks like that's going to be interesting Thanksgiving.
Well, I mean, he hit the wall. And he's going to have Sheila Shear right behind him and not much area for the 17 to go. Trying to get around him, and they crowd the 5 and the 21, and yeah.
Yeah, it definitely just looked like Time Pollard is the victim. And then everybody trying to avoid the front of the field.
Well, if anything, Time Pollard probably the one that could have given the most room there. It looked like he kind of helped pinch the 5 into the 17.
And then the worst thing that Time Pollard could do is this right here. Whoa, Jess.
Yeah, Shelton makes it through. Mary Shelley actually hits the 21.
Oh, God, it's Milwaukee flashbacks.
Second and third in the points actually colliding on that one. Let's take a few of the onboards and we'll be back to the green flag. Onboard Kev Shear. No, we won't get to see that. Onboard Time Pollard. And final onboard, that of Jessica Shelton. And we are back. PJ Williams, the lone retirement out of the race from that last incident. And the running order now, Stephen Powell III is the race leader over Zachary Fitzwater, Max Anderson, Daniel James, Dylan Young, Zach Flickinger, Chris Washer, Alex May, Chris Livier, and Oriel Pollard, the top 10. Time Pollard, Sheila Shear, Henry Williams, Alexander Rowe, Amanda Shelley, William Flickinger, Enzo Nereza, Smet Ozkan, Preston Plord, and Jessica Shelton are the top 20. So no point in really saying the point gaps other than from Shelton to Pollard, which was 492 to Time Pollard there. But top 10 coming in as we get ready for the green flag was Shelton, Time Pollard, Mary Shelley, Braxton, Sky Commons, Kev Shear, Sam Young, Bafode Sacco, Jerry Shelley, and William Brock. And we mentioned the 2 wildcards. So we are back to racing though, and Daniel James trying to make quick work of the 10 of Max Anderson.
Well, it might be not so crazy because it's single file, but we'll see what happens off turn 4.
That would definitely be the hope.
Well, all Steve Paul III has to do is just last one lap, and there's like, oh, that's a choke.
As Zachary Fitzwater now to the lead as Stephen Paul III can't get out of the wall.
That's cursed images right there.
Now Dylan Young trying to go to second as the caution flag flies. Like, that's a parking lot.
Parking lot. It's like the graduation. It's a big parking lot.
And coming back to the line, Zachary Fitzwater will lead.
Well, unless he...
Oh! KO!
Well, hello, back in the field. How you doing tonight?
And it looks like the leaders managed to get around that one as Isaac Flickinger, Charles Sanford, Kyle Matthews with a bunch of damage there, Chris Washington, 91.
We got the 4 wide salute.
Amanda Shelley's got damage back there in the 36 car. Alger Baranowskis with damage. RJ Reynolds has buckled up the hood of his car as we try and figure out who are we waiting on. I guess they're waiting on Kyle Matthews to be able to get around Flickinger.
Everybody might get lapped at this rate.
Well, while they sort that out, let's take a look at what happened to bring out the yellow. And we are back. Here's what happened to bring out the yellow for the second time today. And 4 wide at Iowa, guys. Come on. Oh, Washer got loose though too.
He washed up the hill.
Oh, Time Pollard needing some new clothes, I think. Alexander Rowe gets clipped. Amanda Shelley. Oh, Shelton's in it.
Oh, that's gonna hurt because Time Pollard got through. But like I said, Washer washed up the hill.
Oh, Jerry Shelley got plowed into from behind.
Oh boy. Oh, got the rear end up.
Yeah. It's gonna be Randolph in. Oh, that actually. Oh, Baranowskis ran into the 77, and that plowed him into the 33. So.
As we got our brakes from Arca, as I can tell.
Yeah, basically. With that, I think we'll take a look at some of the onboards here for this one and take you back to the restart. Onboard Time Pollard again. Onboard Jessica Shelton. You know, actually, you look at the car. I think she's going to get away with something on that one.
Yeah, he didn't hit Amanda too hard.
Onboard Hunter Braxton.
Oh, he got away with it. Just got turned.
And finally onboard Sam Young.
Wow, he tried.
And this has just happened under the yellow.
I have no words.
As the field was trying to get sorted out, that happened under the yellow. And we have just been given the one to go. Zachary, never mind, and the lights have gone back on the pace car, so apparently we had another incident.
Okay, whoever sponsored this race, you got you from fulfillment.
As Chris Washer's car is all sorts of messed up.
Well, it already was, but...
It's more than it was when we left it. Oh, God! William Brock... Oh, my... This has just...
Are we at Portland, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm not entirely sure what has gone on in this one, but as Enzo Nereza now pits again...
We are live here at Portland. Oh, I mean Iowa.
As lights will go back out on the pace car this time, as Sky Commons, Becky Lynch have taken their cars behind the wall.
Chris Washer's leading.
Chris Washer is... Oh my God, he is leading. How did that happen?
That's 5 bonus points right there.
How did that happen?
Well, Chris Washer's got himself with 35
So,
points.
Zachary Fitzwater is actually the race leader. Dylan Young is second. Daniel James, Max Anderson, Stephen Pollard the third. Chris Lever, Zach Flickinger, Alex May, Time Pollard, and Sheila Shear is the top 10. Oriel Pollard, Alexander Rowe, and Henry Williams. And oh my God.
Man, you know what? I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think Bounce's Arena went better than this.
As I think the problem child on that one is Muhammad Zain Abdullah. So,
We're going green.
we're going green this time. Pace car pulls off, field under control of Zachary Fitzwater. And hopefully the next caution gets this one back to sanity, I guess. I don't know.
I'm going to confirm Iowa's not on the schedule next year.
No, it is. It's just going to go a lot better than this because definitely when I said 104 or 103, I should have listened to the 103. As Dylan Young goes for the race lead.
And Jack James, even with the damage he's done, we're just waiting for the call.
That's Daniel James, remember.
Oh, okay, that was a fail.
As Louvier now going for second, as now it's 3 wide. Fitzwater's not where he wants to be right now.
Lap traffic already. No, that's not a lap car, sorry. I thought that was
As
oh my God.
That's a thing.
Okay, everybody doing the conga line in the pit road.
There's Chris Washer, who's dreadfully slow.
He was leading at one point. Oh, wait.
3 wide, Stephen Paul III, Henry Williams, Max Anderson, and it's going to be Williams coming out on top of that one.
How about Time Paulo coming up through here?
Yeah. Definitely not something we would have expected from him at some point, the way his night has gone.
We're kind of green flag now, I guess.
So far, yes, although Dylan Young taking an interesting line there.
He's taking the junior line up there.
Alex May is now into second as Daniel James has to battle with Flickinger. As Isaac Flickinger just came out of the pits, Dylan Young's in the wall.
Time Pollard going for the lead.
Time Pollard now is leading.
Sheila Shear is trying to go for a second win, getting the wild card.
Yeah, that's something.
I can't tell you who's going to win this race. It's insane.
As Alex May and Sheila Shear nearly making contact there.
They're not going to make it. They made it.
Time Pollard now leads the lap. That's 5 bonus points for the 21.
Remember, Sheila won at Sonoma. He's trying to go for a second win. His time's going to get turned here.
3 wide for second, May, James, and Pollard.
I can't believe they're making this work. Oh,
Oh, and just as you say it, it's Time Pollard who's rubbing doors with the 4.
here comes Steven back. Oh, Jesus.
Contact between the 38 and the 21. And now
insane.
Daniel James having to fend off for second from Max Anderson. Stephen Pollard, the third, deciding to clip the apron to go and get his car to turn through 1 and 2.
Now, Steven's got a strong car. Can he get up to Sheila? Sheila's looking strong. Anderson's like 30th in the mid-30s in points.
As Daniel James, Alex May in the wall.
Yeah, Alex May and Paul are not having a good time. Oh, boy, Louvier.
Not Vince Almerga, sorry, that's Meadows. I'm thinking Cup there for a moment. But Smedos Khan is a lap down because he had to make a pit stop there for the damage. Meanwhile, Sheila Shear, I almost thought she... Oh, Dylan Young, Stimbaugh the third with near contact. Now Zachary Fitzwater to third. As we are at 5 laps to go now.
All we got to do is make it 5 laps. Oh, no.
Kyle Matthews is in front of the race leaders. The battle is for second right now.
Everybody's sliding up the hill. The tires are worn. Tempers are worn. Oh, God, Dylan Young.
Dylan Young, Stephen Paul the third into the fence. As there's Ozcon, who I guess has fresh tires, maybe.
Oh, my God,
Anderson and Pollard rub doors off of turn 2. Oh!
Nice.
Saved it!
Here comes time. God, this is insane.
Yeah.
No.
Oh!
Maybe it did.
As this isn't even the battle for the race leader right now, as Time Pollard's hanging on by a thread, I think.
Everybody's hanging on by a thread. James.
Meanwhile, Sheila Shear has almost a 1 second lead as there's Chris Washer in third gear.
Well, oh, God.
Now can the race leaders get around him as 2 laps to go for the 17 of Sheila Shear. Looking for win number 2 on the season.
It's looking pretty good unless, oh, God, there's 2 lap bars.
That's Jonathan Zorline and Kyle Matthews. Will the caution come out? If the caution comes out, that's another thing. No caution yet as spinning on the front straightaway.
Was that before? I don't know. No caution.
Is there? There's no caution! We're still racing.
What the hell?
I don't even know what happened on the front straightaway, but we're still green. And through turns 3 and 4, Sheila Shear is going to win the Wreckfest 200 in Iowa.
What? Oh my God, I can't believe this.
Her second win on the season, which will clinch her a wild card spot almost. Doesn't officially, but I mean, let's be honest, it all but clinches it.
This is insane. I think we should keep the 104.
103, they at least race all the way through and don't wreck as much, though.
That's the thing. That was a really good finish.
As the results are official, Dylan Young went for an extra lap, I guess, actually. As let's take a look at what happened coming to the white flag in front of the race leader.
I think Sheila Shear can breathe a sigh of relief because that caution she would not have won.
Let's see, I just want to see where the smoke was. Okay. So we're going to use the none feature here to be able to figure out who had spun. Oh!
Nice job, Charles.
So here's what happened between the 33 and the 63.
Well, that's why there's no caution, because Charles banged them straight.
And that was a battle for the 21st position.
That was the best battle I ever seen.
But it would be Sheila Shear that will grab the win and most likely clinch herself a spot in the chase should we have one. Obviously, the gap will shrink down a little bit between Time Pollard and Jessica Shelton, as Shelton will finish the day out or the night out in 17th, whereas Time Pollard was in 5th. Top 10 today behind Sheila Shear, Zachary Fitzwater, Zach Flickinger, Chris Louvier, Time Pollard, Alex May, Dylan Young, Alexander Rose, Stephen Pollard III, and Daniel James in his final start of the season will grab his first top 10 of the season. Also, no new guys in the top 5. So, we had 43 drivers start a race this season, and all 43 of them have a top 10.
A lot better than Alexander Rowe.
And then the bottom of the order here, William Brock ended up having to take his car behind the wall. Same for Enzo Nereza. Um, and then mini drivers multiple laps down. I apologize for the restart confusion thing that ended up going on that cost a lot of people a chance to win this one. Obviously, I don't like when that happens to one of the races, just because the little bit of controversy it can cause. But with that, I'd like to hand it over to Steven for his final thoughts.
It was definitely lived up to the names of Wreckfest 200. It was a good race. Sheila Shear, good win this year. If there's a chase, she'll be looking to probably get in as one of the few people to win 2 races this year. Good
Only
run
the
by
third one,
Daniel
actually.
James in his final start there. This series is not going to Texas. We are going back to Lime Rock again in a few weeks.
Yeah, due to a mistake on my part, Lime Rock's on the schedule twice. It will be a different variation of the track that I cannot guarantee will go well.
Well, I picked it out, so it probably will not. But it was a good race.
See, okay, thank you. Okay, see, if it goes bad, we blame Steven.
Yes, we will blame. It's not blame Shelly Insurance. It's blame Steven this time. But next week we're going to Lime Rock, and then we are going to Riverside, I believe. So can't wait for those weekends.
Yep. Alright, and so with that, we'd like to bid adieu for this version of the NRSL Hooters series. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. I'm Gordon Phantom 1. This has been a production of the NRSL. I'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.